Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 6th, and today is the Feast of the Transfiguration. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, I've got a look at what's on the primary ballot today, but first, your local weather and this news. 3,000 Detroiters have cast their primary ballot early and in person. Early in-person voting is now mandated by law after voters approved a ballot proposal in 2022. Over in West Michigan, Grand Rapids City Clerk Joel Hondorp says 934 people voted early and in person, up 250 from the presidential primary.
I think it's very successful. I'd like to see more people use it because that will take the more people that vote early, that vote absentee, then takes pressure off the lines on Election Day.
More on today's primary election in a few minutes. A missing 13-year-old girl from Ottawa County has been found safe in Washington state. The county sheriff's office says Ella McGuire was seen Wednesday walking away from home in Paris, Michigan, and was listed as a runaway who may be with an unknown adult male. A 36-year-old man from Spanaway, Washington, has been arrested after deputies suspected he drove McGuire from her home in Michigan to his hometown, about 45 miles south of Seattle. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources is searching for an alligator in Crockery Lake in northern Ottawa County. DNR Lieutenant Gerald Thayer says alligators occasionally show up in Michigan waters and normally were released by someone who had found a baby gator down south and then released it when it got bigger.
We don't think that there's a public safety issue here, but again, you never can be too safe. We don't recommend that you swim up to it, or if you're boating up close to it and you do see it, that you try to reach in and pet it. That'd probably be a bad idea.
He says alligators normally are not aggressive towards humans, but they have posted signs along the shore as a precaution. The new winner of Miss USA is the first active military member to win the pageant. Miss Michigan Alma Cooper was crowned the 2024 winner on Sunday at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. She told News Nation that her job as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army helped her prepare for the pageant.
Well, I think the biggest thing I learned at West Point is your character and how fundamental it is and how you lead and how you carry yourself throughout your life, whether I'm in a uniform or I'm outside of a uniform, wearing this crown as Miss USA and walking on the Miss Universe stage here in a couple months. To me, service and your heart and your character are what truly lead me in every aspiration and pursuit I take on. She's currently in grad school studying data science. And a teacher at Detroit Cristo Rey High School has become the first woman to run across the state of Michigan. Sarah Porter ran 219 miles from the pier in South Haven at Lake Michigan to the foot of 12 Mile Road in St. Clair Shores at Lake St. Clair. She told the Detroit Catholic she ran the route to raise money for the Teacher Salary Project and Girls on the Run. Now this.
This is Franciscan Father Greg Friedman for the Catholic Communication Campaign with a message about faithful citizenship. It's easy to vote. Just mark a ballot with a pen or tap an electronic screen. But to prepare to vote, we go back to Jesus and his gospel message. We form our consciences by studying Scripture and church teaching. We embrace those teachings and use our Catholic priorities to evaluate the positions of political parties and candidates. For more, go to faithfulcitizenship.org.
We are going to see rain and possibly a thunderstorm today in the Motor City. We are also going to see the wind pick up too, with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. Our high today will only reach 70. Tonight, the rain tapers off around midnight and lows will dip to 60. Tomorrow will be nice. It will be sunny with highs around 77. Thursday will be mostly sunny with temperatures around 80. And Friday will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-80s. We're going to have heavy rain today in the Saginaw Valley. New rainfall amounts could be between an inch and 2 inches. Our high will only reach 73. Tonight, the rain tapers off by 8 p.m. and our lows will dip to around 58. Tomorrow will be much nicer. We'll have sunny skies and highs around 79. Thursday will be sunny with temperatures in the lower 80s, and Friday will be mostly sunny with highs in the lower 80s. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. Today is primary day here in Michigan, where we are electing nominees for U.S. Senate, U.S. House, State House, and local races, as well as voting on ballot measures. Polls are now open, and they will remain open until 8 p.m., and anyone in line by 8 p.m. can still vote. Voters must present photo ID but can sign an affidavit if they don't have one. If you have an absentee ballot, it must be dropped off at a designated location, as it's too late to mail it. Voters can check their polling place and registration status online, and same-day voter registration is available until 8 p.m. Some of the major races in southeast and mid-Michigan include the 8th Congressional District, since Democratic Representative Dan Kildee is not running for re-election. That district includes Flint, Saginaw, Bay City, and Midland. On the Democratic side, seeking the nomination are State Senator Kristen McDonald-Rivet, State Board of Education President Pam Pugh, and former Flint Mayor Matt Collier. On the Republican side, Paul Jung, a former prosecutor and news anchor, and business executive Mary Draves, and trucking company owner Anthony Hudson. In the 13th District, which covers Detroit, Democratic Representative Sri Tanadar is fighting to keep his seat against City Council member Mary Waters. Waters has the backing of Mayor Mike Duggan and Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, both of whom have said Tanadar hasn't done enough for the city. Former State Senator Adam Hollier was disqualified from the ballot earlier this year. With Tanadar's election in 2022, it was the first time in decades Detroit was not represented by an African American. Statewide, with Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow deciding not to run for re-election, there is a fight on both sides for their party's nomination. For the Democrats, U.S. Representative Alyssa Slotkin is running against actor Hill Harper. And on the Republican side, the options are U.S. Representative Mike Rogers, former U.S. Representative Justin Amash, and physician Sherry O'Donnell. Businessman Sandy Pencil recently dropped out and endorsed Rogers. Information about your polling place and what is on your local ballot is available online at mi.gov/vote. Again, polls are now open and remain open until 8 p.m. local time, so make a plan and get out and vote. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Tuesday. I'm Matthew Handley. Thanks for joining me. You can stay connected with me throughout the day on X. I'm at Radio Handley, and Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.